In this problem, we have a 120 volt source, which is your basic electrical outlet at your home, and a 60-watt light bulb. And the question is, how many bulbs can you plug into the circuit? So in your home, these bulbs are wired in parallel. So there'd be another one there and another one there, all of 60 watts. And the question, how many of these could you plug into this 120 volt source if it's a 15 amp circuit, meaning 15 amps of current can flow in this branch right here from the power supply. So what you need to do for this type of problem is determine how much current flows through each bulb, like this, and the sum of those, because the currents will branch off, the sum of those currents cannot exceed 15 amps. So let's find the current for one light bulb. So since this is a power-related problem, I'm going to list the equations for power. So there's actually three versions of it. There's P equals IV, or there's P equals I squared times R being the resistance of the bulb, and P equals V squared over R. So I is the current through the bulb, V is the voltage across the bulb, and R is the resistance of the bulb. So there's three versions of the equation to find the power. So what we're interested in finding is the current through one bulb, and then once we know that one current, we can determine how many bulbs we can connect. So I'm going to say P, I, V, and R. The power consumption of a bulb is 60 watts, that's given. The current to the bulb is, we don't know, we're trying to find that. The voltage across each bulb is 120 volts. Since it's in parallel, each bulb feels 120 volts, and the resistance of the bulb is unknown. So what my strategy is to find the current. So P equals IV, I'll use the first equation. Since I know the power and the voltage, I can solve for I, and I would be equal to P over P divided by V, which is equal to 60 watts divided by 120 volts. So I get a current of 0.5 amps. So 0.5 amps flows through this one branch right there. So if 15 can flow total, in other words, there's a 0.5 here and a 0.5 there, how many of these bulbs could I plug in all the way across? So if each one of these is 0.5 amps and 15 is a total, it looks like I can have 30 bulbs. 15 divided by 0.5. So 30 bulbs is the max. And I got that by saying 15 amps divided by 0.5 amps per bulb gives me the 30 bulbs. And so there's a typical setup for quantitative type problem involving electrical power.